Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Vlogmas Day 17. Day 17. We have about a week left until Vlogmas is officially over. But yeah, for today's video, what I'm gonna do is I took most of the photos that I took this year. I took a lot, but I wanted to keep it down to 10. So I picked 10 photos that I took this year, and I'm kind of ranking them in order of my preference. Disclaimer: if you are any of my models in these 10 photos, this has nothing to do with you, but more so of like how I felt like the picture was. There were a lot of pictures where I felt like, okay, this was like a bit overly exposed more than I would have wanted it to be now that I'm looking back at it, or you're not in focus as much as I could have had you in focus. So please do not take offense to like how I rank you guys. This is strictly based off of that and also creativity, like how creative I thought the photo shoot was. So yeah, I want to start. I'm gonna hop right into it. We're gonna do 10 photos, and I'm gonna start backwards. So I'm gonna start from 10. So yeah, the 10th photo, I'm gonna put the photos right over here. Is the one I took for New York Fashion Week. During New York Fashion Week in February, I kind of walked around Soho a little bit, and I found these two girls, and I was like, hey, like, can I take pictures of you guys? I was very nervous. I do not like going up to people and talking to them. I'm very socially awkward. um I That's just like very anxiety inducing for me. So at the time I was just kind of like taking the pictures. I also, again, like, nothing necessarily wrong with the pictures per se. I just felt like I could have just done like a better job of like taking more angles, a better job at like having them both be in focus, because I do feel like there was one that was more in focus than the other, and that has to do like more with like how I had my f-stop. So that's number 10, and I'm going to be looking over here because I kind of put them to the side. Number 9 is this one. I had did a free photo shoot. I did a giveaway this year, I should say. And I had like 3 people come in. I had 3 winners. Just for like extra practice this year, which I think I'm gonna do again this upcoming year because I thought it was really cool. But yeah, the thing about her photos, I feel like it's not that it's overly exposed. I feel like just the lighting is a bit off in her photos. And again, that has nothing to do with her, but more so to do with me. But again, things that I need to learn from. And a lot of these things that I'm going to show you is based off of like what I felt like I eventually like got better at. These photo shoots, the first one was in February and this one was in April. And I noticed that a lot of the ones that I ended up liking was like towards the end of this year, because I ended up like finding like my editing style, I should say, or like finding like different ways to like change things up. And I've been learning lighting a lot more, so that's also been like pretty helpful. So yeah, again, nothing wrong with her. I just felt like the lighting in the picture was off. Number 8 is the mirror photo. Again, nothing wrong with the photo. I think it was good in the setting that I took it in. um yeah, nothing wrong with the photo. I think it was good in the setting that I took it in. But I think in regards to like creativity, I would have wanted to do, I guess, like just a little bit more with that. I've always wanted to do. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen those like reflection photo shoots where like the mirror is on the floor and like the model is like looking down at the floor, but you can also see her like on the floor. You can see. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But I kind of want to do it like that. So I think creativity wise, I think the picture was lacking in that area. But again, nothing wrong with the model, nothing wrong with like the lighting or anything. I think the sharpness is like really good in that photo as well. I just think personally, like creativity wise, but again, if that wasn't really a photo shoot, that was really just like, oh, I had my camera, I was with my friend, and I just took a photo of her. So I don't know if that necessarily counts, but it counts in regards to like how I'm ranking it. Um, Number 7, the flower photo shoots. Again, this is also the same day where I took the other photo. I just feel like personally the lighting was just a bit off, and I think I could have did a better job with the flowers. I don't know if other photographers go through this, but I know flower photo shoots are like very popular. But I also want to be able to do other kind of photo shoots or like other things in regards to like creativity. I don't know. I have like a whole bunch of things like saved that I would want to do. But again, like I think for this one, I think the lighting is like throwing me a little bit, and it's only like with me. Like if I ask somebody else, they'd be like, "Oh, like this is fine." But I'm like, no, I think it's only just with me where I just like notice like little things that are like off. And I think I could have did a better job of having like the flowers also like pop out a bit more. So I think the saturation of the flowers should have stood out a bit more. Um, but yeah, which leads me to number six, also another flower one. And again, it's the lighting. I think it gives off more of a like those vintage photos, like more of a like classic throwback photo versus like a sharp, clear photo. And I know a lot of photographers. I follow this one photographer. He does like a lot of his photos like look very vintage, look very 90s and things like that. And that has like a similar feel to it where I like it for him, but I don't like it for me, if that makes sense. Like, um, yeah, I just felt like I could have did a better job. Again, nothing to do with the model, lighting. But I'm working on it. I'm working on lighting. Working on getting better at it so that way I can be less critical of my photos. Number five is the headshot photo. I like this one because it was my first headshot and it was my first graduation photo shoot too, which I thought was really cute. It was cool. This one was in January, and I feel like if I knew what I knew now in January, I could have did a better job with this shoot as well. I think I only ranked it as high as five because of this photo in general, of like how sharp and clean it is. And again, a headshot is a headshot. You can't really mess. I don't think you can really mess up a headshot as bad. Um, but yeah, no, I feel like if I knew what I knew now, I could have done a better job in that photo shoot regardless. But I like how this photo turned out. So that's why it got as high as it did. And also because it was a graduation photo shoot. So it was something different from what I'm like typically used to. So that's also why it ranked a bit higher. Um, Number four is the balloon picture. I don't know where I was going with this when I had her put the balloon in her face. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. But yeah, again, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the concept per se. Um, Again, I felt like I could have did more with the prop. So that way I could have had like a variety with that shoot. But again, I like the picture. Um, that was actually like one of my like most recent ones, or at least the one that has been like towards the end of this year. So like the sharpness is obviously there, the lighting is fine. I think like creativity on my end just in regards to like doing more with the prop. But again, these rankings that I'm doing is not necessarily to be like, oh, like the 10th one is like the worst picture, da da da. This is basically just off of preference of like what I like. I like all 10 photos. I probably should have said that to start this with, but I like all 10 photos. It's just like what I felt like I liked the most. And again, that doesn't have to do with like any of the models, but more so of just like if I thought that this shoot was like more creative, or if I thought that like during the shoot itself, I did a better job of like handling the lighting, posing the models as well. A lot of that has to do with this too. That's how it gets the rank. Number three is with the branding photo shoot and the jump rope. And this one is, again, photos were sharp. The light was good. I learned how to use flash that day. So that's why this is also up there. And then that along with this was also my first brand photo shoot. So that's also why this ranked pretty high. And I was pretty satisfied with how the photos came out. So was she. Um, so yeah, also part of, I didn't realize that I was shaking my leg very, wow, I was shaking my leg very fast, so I'm not sure if that showed up in camera, but if it did, I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's why that's number three. Number two, baby Nyla. I feel like babies get priority in my mind. Kids, babies, they get priority in my mind. So off of her cuteness alone, she was always gonna be. If she wasn't gonna be one, she was gonna be two. I wasn't gonna put her any lower than that. But also it was my first baby photo shoot. And just trying to figure out like different ways on like how to get like babies' attentions and things like that, like how to get them to at least be still for a little bit, how to get them to look in your direction, not actually looking at you, but the key is to get them to look in your direction to make it look like they're looking at you. Um, and yeah, and then number one on this list is the phone's photo shoot, and that one is on here because that one probably took me the longest to edit out of all 10. So yeah, that was definitely going to be number one. But also, I think I found the inspiration off of somebody's page. I can't remember. And I saw it and I was like, okay, like this is cool. Like I'm going to attempt to do this. And I think for my first attempt, I did pretty okay. But again, like this had to do with like, okay, I thought the light was good. I thought that during the photo shoot, I did a good job of posing her. I thought that I liked how this photo turned out and I liked how creative it was. And that's also another thing. I think this year, what I really want to do is kind of like tap into like more creative shoots. And again, there's nothing wrong with like the simple ones or anything. I just think for like me personally, I just want to challenge myself. And that's mainly like what this is just like, okay, I just want to challenge myself and see like what I can do or what I can't do. If there's anything I can't do, right? Yeah, like those are my rankings. Again, nothing to do with the models, nothing to do with the models, just off of my personal preference. But if you guys like look at the pictures and you felt like, I like this one over that one, or I feel like this one should have been one, or I feel like this one should have been that, comment below. Comment what you guys would rank the pictures. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Again, I am doing Vlogmas for the rest of the month. Whoa, for the rest of the 25 days until Christmas. I don't know why I keep saying that. The rest of the 25 days until Christmas, which Christmas is next Wednesday and it's already Tuesday. So yeah, we have about 7 more videos after this one. And then like I had mentioned in my goals video, I'm gonna try to still be as consistent as possible as I can on YouTube. So I'm not going away after Vlogmas. This is just a stepping stone into me owing it to myself to be more consistent this upcoming year. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.